This is the Tarot and Oracle forecast for Virgo for December 2017. If you'd like a personal or private reading, or that absolutely amazing soulmate reading, you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com or book a reading via the website. I will put the links in the description box below. We're going to start with your relationship reading, move on to your general forecast, and finish up with your soul path evolution reading. Right, your relationship reading. You'll see the first three cards you get is Unravel, Keep an Open Mind, and Jackal and Wolf. It's actually interesting how the synchronicity in this particular reading was quite unbelievable. Unravel says that you actually have to unravel a certain way of thinking about a partner. If you're in a permanent partner relationship, I think your partner is going to do or say something that has you thinking, oh yes, that's quite typical, this is what they do. It needn't be in a particularly judgmental way, but you do make a judgment call. But this time you're being asked to keep an open mind because they're about to do something quite uncharacteristic, but not in a bad way. That none of these cards give that kind of impression. You are going to be surprised and you're going to need to keep the open mind. If you don't keep the open mind, you may come up against something which makes you feel uncomfortable and not happy. So listen, watch, don't make any judgment calls about what your partner is doing or saying before they actually play out or say out completely what's going to happen. If you're looking for a relationship, this is quite obvious what this is about. Once again, it's undoing a way of thinking about prospective partners. Someone's coming into your life that does not fit your normal mold. It does not even maybe at first even attract you that much. Something will attract your attention though, and pay attention because this person has great prospects for you. This is someone that could be a really, really good match for you. And the only way you're going to find that out is by getting to know them, by keeping an open mind. I picked qualifier cards for that Jackal and Wolf card, and it says it's someone in your home environment. In other words, someone you deal with on a fairly regular basis or will be dealing with on a fairly regular basis. For some of you, it's someone you have been dealing with for a while now. You haven't thought about them like that. There's a man here, so quite possibly this is a man we are looking at, and you've been dealing with him for a while, and you haven't thought about him in that way. But if you keep an open mind, you may see something you hadn't noticed before because this person has great potential for you. So I'm thinking those two qualifier cards apply more to those of you that are looking for a relationship. This is someone in your home environment, someone you deal with regularly, someone that appears in an environment that you frequent, that you either in your work or home or wherever. There's a man that's going to appear or going to show up or going to be prominent, and he may not fit your usual mold. Pay attention, he has great potential for you. Okay? If we look at your general forecast, you get the Four of Earth and you get the Call card. Now, the Four of Earth is always about laying the foundations. It actually is quite similar to that Unravel card because it sometimes speaks about going back to the building blocks of the foundation. You don't have to break the whole thing down, but go back down to the foundation. Make sure the foundation is secure before you carry on building. This now applies to your career, your general life, etc. So you could have made a judgment call, made a decision, gone off in a direction. You haven't really headed far down there yet, but you need to backtrack a little. Have a look if your foundation is secure. Is the thought process or the ideas that you have based your decisions and ideas on, is it really what you want to do for starters? And are you sure it's taking you in the direction that you really want to go? Because that Call card speaks about that. That says you are being called. Your inner voice, your inner being, your higher self, the universe is saying to you, there's a path that's destined for you. Are you sure that you are walking it? The first few steps you took were right, but just pay attention to where you are headed now. You might be heading just a little bit off what you originally intended to do. Have a look at your original intention because the foundation was good. It was solid. That you may be heading off in a direction now that ultimately isn't what you genuinely want to do, and you are aware of this. That is why these cards are coming up. I pick clarifiers. You'll see you got the key, long-term issue, and a wish fulfilled. So if you pay attention to whether this is what you genuinely want to be doing, you will then have the key to solving a long-term problem, and in so doing you will have a wish fulfilled. That wish fulfillment happens because you pay attention to your inner voice, you pay attention to your higher being, you pay attention to the universe saying to you, stick to the path, stick to the way, stick to the idea that you had in the beginning. Once again, this may be a case of you headed off in a certain direction, tried a certain thing in your career, your general life, or whatever, that seemed to be right for you. But underneath all of that, there is this twinge of maybe it looks like it should be, but it's not the real thing. Okay, that's kind of the message that's definitely coming through for you guys. If you look at your soul path evolution, so interesting that you got these two cards with the black and the white. It's the Two of Air and the Six of Air. The Two of Air speaks about shades of grey. Now, that's why I called your video that. The headings I give these videos are downloaded. In other words, I sit quietly and I wait for that name for the video to come, because that will be the topic of your month for December, is shades of grey. So there are going to be no straightforward black and white decisions here for you. You have to pay attention to that shade of grey down the middle. And that Two of Air speaks specifically about that in this particular deck. There is no black and white here. So if you're quite sure that's the path you should be heading down, backtrack a little and think, now hang on a moment. Maybe I should veer off just a little bit in this direction or that direction, because maybe the shades of grey is going to be the better option. Because that Six of Air speaks about sticking to what is genuinely you. And that is often shades of grey. We are inclined to say, I like this, I don't like that, I like this, I don't like that. Instead of thinking, well, maybe I should try it this way. Maybe it works for me. You don't know. There's definitely that feel to this month, the shades of grey feeling. It's not about settling for less. It's about trying different ways. Even if at first they don't seem hugely appealing to you, there may be great potential in there somewhere. And that's what December is all about for you, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you'd like the personal, private, or the soulmate reading, I'm repeating yes, amazing soulmate reading, you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com, book a reading via the website. I will put links in the description box below. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, and those of you that share my videos, I want to give you a special thank you.